Hi there, and welcome to Blessed and Adored. Today we're talking about something that's all too familiar for many of us, feeling uncertain and overwhelmed in today's world.
That's right. If you're struggling with doubts or just trying to find your way, you're not alone. Join us as we take the next few minutes to examine how we can find hope and direction through the timeless wisdom we find in God's Word.
Life can feel like a whirlwind sometimes, right? We all face those wild challenges that seem unsurmountable, and the future can look pretty daunting. Maybe you're dealing with job uncertainty, health issues, or just the weight of general stress of living in a world that feels like it's constantly shifting sand under your feet. It's easy to feel like you're standing in the dark, not sure where to step next.
Yeah, I can relate to that. It's in trying times like that I find it's really helpful to remember Bible verses like Proverbs 3:5-6, which reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him and He will make your path straight." The simple truth is that following God's direction isn't just blindly following rules. It's about recognizing that our own understanding is limited. There are times when we don't have all the answers, and that's okay. We're invited to trust that God sees the bigger picture and that He's guiding us, even when the way isn't clear.
You're so right. That makes me think about Moses. Think about it for a minute. Here's a guy who found himself in an unbelievably tough spot. He was hiding out in the backside of the desert, not wanting the attention or leadership, but God taps him to lead a group of people out of slavery and into an unknown future. No doubt he wasn't sure he was the right person for the job, and honestly, who could blame him? In Exodus 3 verse 11, Moses said, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" Yet, despite his doubts, God reassures him with his words from Exodus 3 verse 12, "I'll be with you." To me, this means that even when we feel inadequate or scared, God's presence is a constant source of strength for us.
Exactly. Now let's get real for a second. We've all been there, feeling like we're at the end of our rope, desperate, hopeless, sometimes just scared out of our minds with anxiety, which causes depression and more anxiety because we don't know what to do next. It's in those moments the Bible offers us profound comfort. Isaiah 41 verse 10 is a favorite, which reads, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Just let that sink in for a minute. God is with us in our fears and insecurities. He promises not only to be present but to strengthen and support us. We just need to hold on to faith as we hold God's promises.
Yeah, when it comes to making decisions or taking action in those uncertain times, James 1 verse 5 offers great practical and reassuring insight. "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." So if you're standing at a crossroad and just aren't sure which way to go, don't hesitate to ask for God's guidance. He is more than willing to help us navigate through the fog of confusion.
He sure is. It's also important to remember that even when things look impossible, God is working behind the scenes. Romans 8 verse 28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." This doesn't mean everything will be perfect or that we'll even immediately see the benefits. But it does mean that God is always at work, turning even the most challenging situations to the good for those whose trust is in Him.
I love that. So much truth in those verses. And here's a thought. While we're navigating our own uncertainties, we have the opportunity to be a light for others. Just as Matthew 5 verses 14-16 tells us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Even when you're feeling unsure, your presence and actions can make a difference to others. By simply showing kindness, offering support, and living out your faith, you can brighten someone else's path.
That's a great perspective. Okay, now as we wrap up, remember that uncertainty is part of life. We all go through it, but it doesn't have to overshadow our hope. Lean on God's promises, seek His wisdom, and trust that He is guiding you even when you can't see the way. Let His light shine through you, and know that you're never alone in your faith journey.
Thank you for spending this time with us on Blessed and Adored. We truly pray that you leave feeling encouraged and uplifted. If this message resonated with you, will you please share it with friends and family who may need a ray of hope today? Until next time, take care and keep trusting in the light of God's Word.